This video is going to hurt and anger some people. I might lose subscribers, but to be honest, I need to make this video because I've reached a breaking point. Before I begin this video, I think it's important that I have a disclaimer. I like to think my fam bam knows this, but just in case, this video is not about my fam bam. My fam bam is kind, supportive, nothing like what I have going on in my DMs. So I don't want in any way this video to seem like I'm ungrateful or I'm complaining about my subscribers. It's not like that, but it's the fact that I have kept my DMs open for my fam bam to have a chance to get to know me better, but I'm not getting my fam bam in my DMs. What I get in my DMs are just hateful, rude, vulgar comments, and I'm getting them all the time. And I'm just not going to tolerate that anymore. I want to go a little bit more into detail. So to be transparent with you guys, 73% of the people watching my videos are women. However, in my DMs, it's 99.9% men. All of this started in college, but I wasn't very popular on any platform. So the DMs I would get would be maybe once a month or something. But I remember I was such a naive and desperate content creator. I would always respond to them because I never wanted to be rude or make somebody unsubscribe or lose interest in me. I always felt like I had to be, on camera and on in my DMs, like how rude of me to not respond. And I wouldn't say I completely engaged to their level. Like, it's not like I got a lot of nudes sent to me or anything, but it wasn't like the mindset of, you sent me a nude, I don't want to lose you, so I'll send a nude back. Like, it wasn't anything like that, but I always felt like I had to keep the conversation going. That's just, I've already talked about this. I don't know why I didn't stick up for myself more back then, but I did it. And because I kept doing this and having this mindset that it's just kind of become me, and I haven't really thought about it or, reflected on why I do this, because now I'm about to be, depending on when this uploads, but I'm 26 and I'm still feeling the guilt of having to respond to people. And since I am a storytime YouTuber, I'm going to give you real life examples of what I've had to deal with in the past few months. That is just crazy. So some people, they start developing an obsession with me. And don't get me wrong, I want my fam bam to be obsessed with me. Like, what content creator doesn't want that? However, they don't handle it very appropriately. I don't think they're still developing that emotional maturity about them, because they think that they have fallen in love with me through the screen. And so they blow up my DMs. A lot of times they send me selfies of themselves, half the time not smiling, like looking creepy, or smiling like, why? It was just, I don't understand. This is just in general. When a guy sends me a selfie, I really could care less. I don't care about these selfies, but they're sending me selfies. They're sending me voice memos, telling me how much they love me, constant communication. And on day one, it was really sweet. And maybe sometimes I've had kind of a real genuine conversation with them, but still, they have a life. I have a life. I gotta move on. It's like day 2, day 3, day 5. And they're still trying to engage in this entire long conversation with me. But because I'm busy, I can't respond a lot. And then they pout and they try to make me feel guilty. And honestly, I just find that as being very toxic behavior. Then I get the people who want to string me along, where they're talking about, wanting to pledge to my Patreon and shop from my Amazon wish list. And they have no intentions on doing so. But they just feel like that is the best way to get my attention by dangling money in front of my face. I don't know. Now, I do want to make it clear here. I am a small content creator. I have bills and I have a business that I am building. So yeah, I'm gonna do my hustle where I have Patreon. I have the Amazon wishlist, and all that stuff is not just fluff. That's going back into the business and helping me handle my monthly bills. But at the same time, as much as I appreciate that support, I don't need to have it be dangled in front of me like I need to beg or be appreciative for someone's money, because I'm still getting by. I don't need your help. So if you're just going to be so condescending and waste my time like that. Oh, and then some will give me backhanded comments. I get that all the dang time. There was this one guy, he was like blowing up my DMs, and it was so funny because I remember one time he made a comment like about why we're so much alike or so compatible, and I'm thinking, no, we're not. And he would constantly nag me, and he loved to talk about how I have these perv followers. And I'm just thinking, you know what? It's pervy that you spend like an hour of your day trying to blow up my DMs. Like, that's pervy. But I'm not gonna be rude, and I'm not gonna say that to someone. But like my answers are gonna get shorter and shorter with you know, like I don't always have time. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I posted this picture, and I was so proud of it because if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I've discussed that I do have a disease that makes it hard for me to gain weight, and I've been underweight for years and years, and it made me really self-conscious. You don't know how many times, like starting in middle school, where I've cried in dressing rooms because I couldn't fill out dresses for bar mitzvahs or prom dress shopping. It's been a big insecurity of mine. I was so proud to show this photo, and also because I've been working out. But also, the reason I posted it on my story was to talk about my fitness channel that you should subscribe to, that I'm going to be launching. And so how I built my booty was that I didn't like squats, so I didn't do squats because I figured there's other people who don't like squats. I was trying to explain that, this fitness channel is very doable. You don't even have to do squats. It's really short to do. I was just trying to advertise that. And he decided to comment in my DMs that if I had done squats, I would have had a bigger booty. And then that was all he said. It was so incredibly rude and disappointing and disrespectful that I have spent so much time, being nice and responding with this guy who just was that quick to critique my body. And also, he eventually got bored of me and he just unfollowed me recently. So I guess that was time well spent. And then of course I get really vulgar messages. Now, it's sweet when somebody sends me some fire emojis, okay. But when people use descriptive words about having sex with me, it's really inappropriate, disrespectful, and creepy. So creepy. And I just don't see why, if you wouldn't say this to anybody in person, why you think that it's something you can send to someone in a DM. One guy literally had the nerve to tell me that he wanted to be inside me. Oh, so gross. And then I also have the guys that are, I love women and I'm respectful. And it's AKA the nice guys, but they're really not that nice. First off, even if you're not sending me gross things, you're blowing up my DMs all the dang time. That's weird. You don't know me and I don't know you. And then also a lot of them show their true colors, where eventually they seem to think just because of the pictures I post on Instagram that I'm then gonna send them private pictures. Like I had one guy who loved to talk my ear off about how he'd be so respectful to women, this or that. I'm like, why are you telling me this? But okay, I guess I'm your therapist for today. And then later on, he was asking me for special pictures. Why would I do that? For free? No, I'm just kidding. But still, why would I do that? And then there are those who shoot their shot. They ask me out on a real date, yet they don't have any pictures on Instagram, no profile picture. I don't even know what they look like or anything about them. And they're assuming that I am down to go on a date with them. Then this is where it's gets darker. Recently, I had a guy who on his profile it said photographer, but all of his pictures were just homemade pictures. I think of his Jeep and his guns or something. No real photography portfolio, but it put photographer, and he asked if I wanted to shoot pictures with him. To me, this honestly scared me, because then I'm thinking, you either want to rape me, I'm just gonna say you want to rape me, or you're going to human traffic me. Because if you're not a real photographer, why are you trying to set up a way for me to be alone with you? Again, I recently had someone ask me if I do private modeling. What the hell is private modeling? Does that mean I just don't ever disclose my location with my friends or family when I go somewhere to take pictures? It just blew my mind. But with all of this, you know, some of them, they're funny, but also some of these things make me really scared. I am a young woman. As you know, as I've been doing some workouts and stuff, I'm still 5'2". I am small, and I am out here taking a leap, sharing my life with people on the internet, and wanting, for the people who want to make a comment saying, based on the pictures that I post, I'm asking for it. Well, if you're new here, or you haven't seen my Instagram, I'll let you know. These pictures are sometimes me in a bikini. I'm not nude, I'm not in lingerie, nothing pornographic. But I've been working out and I've been showing off my body in bikinis. To that I say, yeah, I am asking for attention. But let me tell you what kind of attention that I'm seeking. Likes, public comments, shares, and saves on Instagram. I am trying to get engagement going on my posts to help me in the algorithm, to build my brand. I am not wanting people to overstep the chance to engage and help me out as a business to just slide into my DMs and send me inappropriate things. Just because I am seeking attention doesn't mean that I don't deserve to be treated like a human being. I can post, honestly though, whatever I want. That doesn't mean that you have the right to treat me inappropriately and disrespectfully. I also want to touch on, and this I think kind of helps everybody out, because I can see why anybody, including my fan bam, might be a little confused with my time. Just to have some transparency here, because time is really the most valuable thing, because you can never get more of it. It's taken away and it's gone. You can never get it back. And time is really valuable. It probably seems like though I have a lot of downtime to be able to better engage with these people in my DMs. So here's the story. I am constantly working on YouTube. I put in 40 hours a week. I do spread it out over the 7 days, but I am putting in 40 hours even if it doesn't look like it. I promise you I am, because this has been my dream ever since I saw a YouTube video. Before it was even a job that you could get paid for, it's been my dream. So I'm going to work to make that happen. Also, I have a genetic disease that is a full-time job. I have to do numerous appointments a year. I do breathing treatments that takes me well over an hour every single day. I have all these pills to keep track of and different times and days when I can do that. There's insurance companies. I honestly have to do cardio workouts all the time to help my lungs. And because of all of that, I nap. My body is tired. I sometimes nap more than the average 20-something-year-old, and that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. But it's a full-time job. And then also, I have to work on keeping myself happy, whether it's hanging out with my mom. Like, if you guys have been with me for a while, you know that my father chose to leave. He's a very mean man. And then I lost my brother. And so I need to really always make sure I'm emotionally taking care of myself. So when it looks like I'm just hanging out in my pool, honestly, to me, that's an Instagram story to help with engagement. It's time for me to meditate and relax and mentally recharge for the day. I'm tanning, which helps with my physical appearance on camera and in photos. And also because of my disease, it's hard for me to retain vitamin D. There's so much more to the story, but again, that's not just me being lazy. I'm doing what is required to take care of me. Not to mention, like, I also am doing cardio in the pool. So I can't be just always on Instagram while I'm trying to kick and everything. It just doesn't work. I know there's gonna be people frustrated with me as to why I've engaged with this kind of behavior, and I know my fam bam might be a bit concerned, and I get it. But I do want to say the majority of these conversations started out very normal and genuine, seemingly genuine, and I never wanted to not assume that it wasn't a fam bam member reaching out to me, so I never wanted to be dismissive in the beginning. I have blocked people. I have muted them, even though the mute option doesn't seem to really work on my Instagram, which is annoying. I've muted people, I've ignored them, I've called them out, I've done all these things. But even then, like that thought process and the burden of that is still taking time and mentally exhausting me. So the entire point of this video is that I am closing my DMs. I don't know if I will technically close them or if I just will choose not to engage, but I need to give myself a break because the majority of the people in my inbox, they are not deserving of my time or my compassion. So I don't want anybody from the fam bam feeling left out. And I hate the fact that this punishes some of you guys. I know, but just know I don't really see this being permanent, but it's going to be like this for a long time. And I'm going to find ways where I can truly highlight my fam bam and be able to engage and recognize and recognize your efforts with how much you support me and notice you. But I'm gonna have to find other ways because this DMing situation is not working out for me. I know this video is a bit more serious, but I hope you guys were somewhat entertained of what I see in my DMs. Maybe if you guys want me to do a separate video where I'm actually reading my DMs, like I could do that. I think that could end up being a little more lighthearted and funny now that I've gotten this out of the way. But to the fam bam, thank you. I love you. And I'm just going to tell you, I thank you in advance for understanding because I know you guys will understand. You're my fam bam for a reason. So if you're new here, welcome. I think that was a lot for you guys to handle maybe. But I love you. I mean it. Bye.